PSI's projects are inherently making people safer. We often have multiple programs that are all kind of working in concert to ultimately achieving and developing that technology platform and ideally getting it deployed for a real-world application.
Our evacuation litter is meant to be something that you can have on hand by a medical officer or someone who's in the field and can have it ready in case of emergency rather than being transported to an emergency when there is a need. It is meant to be lightweight and small so that it's not going to be bulky and in the way when people are doing their normal operations. So anywhere that we can shave a pound, a half a pound for these soldiers, it makes them able to increase what they carry. It's been very fun or enjoyable to deliver something to a customer and then be like, wow, this is exactly what I was looking for. I didn't even know this was what I was looking for, but this is great.
The rotating detonation engine, also known as RDE, is one of the most innovative programs that we have here at PSI. Compared to a traditional combustion engine, which uses deflagration of the rocket fuel, the RDE harvests the power of detonation. The RDE is lighter in weight, smaller in size, and more efficient in its fuel use. And that would allow us to lift heavier, bigger payloads into space, paving the way for more complex space travel missions. There is a feeling, or almost a high that you're chasing, the eureka moment of you finally solve a problem that has been bugging you for sometimes years. And that feeling, I compare it to when you're surfing and you finally caught a good wave. You're just on top of the world.
Transporting water for the military is very cumbersome. It can be a huge economic and even just logistical challenge. So we're designing smart moisture absorbing foams, or SMAP. The idea is it absorbs drinking water from air. So we see this not just for the military, but being able to use this in disaster zones if there was just a natural disaster like a tornado and there's not a lot of infrastructure that is able to come back up quickly. Being able to get people water will have them sustain just a little bit longer until we can get more resources available. This will make the difference for someone, and it could be incredibly important. So being able to do that and have a real impact is really cool.
The RMLD is a handheld natural gas leak detector. I've had the opportunity since working here to work on the next generation RMLD system called the RMLD CS. That's actually miniaturized the older generation RMLD into something that's a bit more man-portable. This one's significantly smaller and more ergonomical. One of the reasons the RMLD is tremendously innovative is that it removes you from being at the leak source. You don't have to be standing in the plume or at the source where it could be a hazardous situation. It's actually one of PSI's most successful commercial outcomes. It's been very exciting to be involved on such a project, especially early on in my career, and knowing that I had such a direct impact on the technology. It's something to be proud of and something to be excited about working on and passionate about. I certainly am.
Teamwork is very important at PSI because the technologies that we're developing are really multifaceted and require multiple disciplines.
PSI is a cool place to be.
My day-to-day involves a lot of learning.
You learn so much on any given program. You're really asked often to get a little bit outside of your comfort zone, and I find that's when the most amount of growth happens.
It's a challenging work environment, and don't expect to know everything.
It's never boring. It's always something new. Don't be satisfied about what you know because somebody within 10 feet of you knows more than you do.
I've certainly become more aware of how my science can be applied, how I can use other people's expertise to solve problems, not just what I know in my background.
My perspective on the world is that there is no problem now that can be solved by a single person, no hard problem.
It's very exciting to be part of something bigger than yourself sometimes. It sort of opened up my eyes to what we can do and what there is to do.